Can you believe that there are fans that can run without using any electricity at all? Let's see how I bring this idea to life. These are the items we need to prepare, all right? Take a look at everything carefully so you don't miss a thing. A little bit of preparation goes a long way when it comes to crafting. First up, we have 2 tongue depressors, those flat wooden sticks. You might recognize them from the doctor's office, but today they're going to be our building blocks. Now, grab a ruler and a pen, and we'll mark the exact center point on each stick. Make sure you measure properly. Accuracy really matters here. A simple mark can help everything stay balanced later on. Once we got the center marked, it's time to make a hole. I'm using a small screwdriver with a pointed tip for this. Place the tip right on the mark you made earlier and start twisting it quickly. Think of it like drilling, but by hand. These sticks are pretty thin, so the screwdriver should pass through without much resistance. Just keep your fingers clear and take your time. Now, if you don't have tongue depressors lying around, don't worry. You can substitute them with ice cream sticks. The important thing is that the sticks are long, flat, and sturdy enough to hold their shape. That flexibility is part of the fun with DIY projects. You can always improvise with what you have at home. All done with that step. Let's move on. Now, take a look at this plastic bottle. We don't need anything too big. Just a small, regular water bottle will do the job. First, I'm going to make a hole right in the center of the bottle cap. Use a screwdriver, press it into the cap, and twist. This might take a bit more effort since the cap is thicker and tougher than the wooden sticks. Just apply steady pressure. Don't rush here and keep your hand steady. If you slip, the screwdriver could jab your palm, and nobody wants a DIY injury. There we go, hole's done. Now we'll move to the bottom of the bottle. If you flip most bottles upside down, you'll notice there's a little raised dot or bump in the center. We need to get rid of that before we can drill. So grab a small knife and carefully shave it off. This part definitely requires focus. Always cut away from your body and keep your fingers clear of the blade. Safety first. Now that the bump is gone, let's drill a hole right at that spot. Try to keep it centered. It'll make a big difference when the rod spins. If the hole's off-center, the fan might wobble or get stuck. Give the screwdriver a few good twists back and forth to widen the hole just enough. You don't want it too loose, but it shouldn't be too tight either. Just enough for the rod to rotate freely. That's it. We're done with the bottle for now. Let's keep going. Now, let's take a look at this metal welding rod. It has a metal core wrapped in a thick coating. Our job is to strip off all of that outer layer using a pair of pliers. This coating is made up of various chemicals and minerals. Nothing we need for this build. Start peeling from one end and work your way down. You might need to wiggle the pliers a bit, but it should come off in chunks. Take your time here. The cleaner we get it, the better everything will work. to really polish it up, I'm going to use some sandpaper. I'll wrap the sandpaper around the rod and rub it back and forth. Think of it like cleaning a rusty pipe. You want to get it shiny and smooth. And there we go. It looks much nicer now, doesn't it? Clean and ready to go. Let me just tidy up a bit before we continue. No one likes working in a messy space. Now for the fun part, making the fan blades. I'll place the two wooden sticks on top of each other in a cross shape. Make sure they're perfectly perpendicular. This helps the fan spin evenly. Then push the metal rod through both holes. Now let's center the rod so it sticks out equally on both sides. Small adjustments now will save us big headaches later. We'll use some glue to hold everything in place. I'm applying it where the rod meets the sticks and also between the two sticks themselves. This keeps everything solid and prevents wobbling. But wait, let's take it one step further. I'm going to sprinkle some baking soda over the glued areas. When combined with super glue, baking soda acts like a filler and hardener. It strengthens the bond and dries almost instantly. Make sure the powder covers all the glued parts. Then drop some more glue on top. You'll see it set almost immediately. Pretty neat trick, right? All right, everything is locked in tightly now. Time to install the assembly into the bottle. Insert the metal rod through the cap hole and gently slide it into the bottle. If you measured and drilled correctly, it should fit like a glove. Give it a little spin. Smooth, isn't it? But I did notice the rod is a bit long for our bottle. That's okay, we can fix it. Grab your pliers again and either cut to the rod or make a notch and bend it to snap. Take the rod out, snap it at the notch, and reinsert it. Now it's just a rubber thing. Next, we'll drill a hole inside the bottle, right around the middle of the body. Bottles are round, so keeping the screwdriver steady can be tricky. Hold it firm, and once again, be cautious with your hands. No need to rush. Don't worry too much about perfect placement. Just aim for somewhere near the center. There, hole made. Let's move on. Now, look at the rod inside the bottle and find the spot that lines up with the new hole. Mark it with a pen or a scratch so you don't lose track. We'll tie a small string around that point. Make a few tight knots to hold it securely. The string will be what drives the fan later, so it has to be strong and well attached. Trim off the extra string, then let's reinforce the knot. A bit of glue will keep it in place. And yep, you guessed it. We'll add a little baking soda here too, just to be sure. Drop on some more glue and let it cure. That string isn't going anywhere now. Now, have you noticed this red ring since the beginning of the video? Let's finally deal with it. I'll use a small screwdriver to pry it open and loosen it. Not quite working? Let's switch to pliers. Much better. It pops off much more easily with the right tool. Don't throw it away. It may look small, but it's a key part of our final assembly. All right, time to reinsert the fan assembly back into the bottle. Slide the string through the hole in the side of the bottle. I prepared a little hook here. So all we need to do is poke it through the hole and pull the string out. Simple, right? It saves a lot of time. Adjust the rod so it sits nicely, then screw the cap on tightly. Now I'll tie the other end of the string to the red ring we just removed. That creates a closed loop we can pull on. To protect the exposed metal rod, I'm going to use a small piece of plastic straw. Just snip off a short section, maybe a couple of centimeters. Measure against the rod and mark where to cut, so you don't waste any material. Now I'll apply a little hot glue to the inside of the straw section. then simply slide it over the rod. It acts like a soft sleeve to protect your fingers and keep everything looking neat. Now let's test it out. I'm going to twist the fan blades, and you'll see the string winding up around the rod. That rod now acts as an axle. When I pull the string, it unwinds quickly, spinning the rod, which in turn spins the fan blades. And because the string is tied tightly, it rewinds itself with each pull. You pull the string, it spins. It rewinds. You pull again, it spins again. Back and forth, just like that. The more you pull, the faster the fan goes. So, what do you think of today's idea from Hack and Craft? Pretty clever, right? If you enjoyed this project, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another creative idea. Thanks for crafting along with me today, and I'll see you in the next DIY adventure. Until then, stay curious, stay creative, and keep on making.